have a gift I've thought was a curse almost my whole life. I've dreaded probably the most important part of myself for far too long. With how unsettling and the scary things I've experienced because of this, you will see why it took me so long to realize what was truly happening. On nights of high stress, as I sit and think about whatever project I'm working on or worry about whatever, I get a weird jerk or I'll hear a difference in the world around me. Then everything starts to distort and I can tell that something is just off. Sometimes I don't even catch it until I try to move and can't. It's hard to keep yourself calm whenever you're completely frozen in place and cannot move, and reality is distorting around you as you lie there. I used to hate these spiritual events because of how much of a shock to the human part of myself they were. So I found myself making plan Bs and different ways to stop it so I would selfishly not have to go through that. Now that I know what I know about this gift that I have, I know it's not for me, it's for the other people I care about and any one of you that resonate with this. I've learned that it's especially for the people in my life and people that aren't in my life, really. They are struggling with what happens to us after the human side of us wears out. For example, my friend Mercedes, when her human side wore down and wasn't able to stay in this physical world anymore. Her true self couldn't deal with what happens next. So she came and started messing with me while I was going into another one of these episodes. So I had to help her kind of walk her into the other place. I feel like that usually whenever we sleep, our spiritual self goes back to the source from which it came, but our human side can't perceive what's happening. That's why we don't remember our dreams. I, on the other hand, have the ability to see into a world most can't. So I have the burden of helping some that can't come to terms basically. I help the dead after they're gone. I feel like a big part of the reason I came to this world is to wake up the collective to these realizations. Been more of a burden than anything else because of me not knowing. I feel like it builds up just like any other kind of stressor that we have. If you go too long without eating, the hunger inside you builds up and you have to eat to get to feeling right again. So if I ignore these events and try to suppress what is happening, it builds up and these spirits get aggressive, kind of more obvious. So I don't try to suppress it anymore, I welcome it now. It's like £1 million gets taken off of my soul when I help somebody that is having a hard time with what is happening to them. This isn't a new occurrence either. My mom talks about how when I was little I used to speak to a little boy that I said had passed away in a pond that is by my house every time we would drive by the pond. I would start talking to him. Some may think these are delusions or that I'm just nuts, but I don't think I am. I think that my mind has a unique malfunction that makes these things happen to me. So if you get anything from this or this helps you to understand a little better, let me know. It would make me feel better to know that it's helped at least one of you.